So this is a showcase of Nosy's range when leaning backwards. This one.
Oh, look at all that mobility! Nosy can like go all the way around and crawl like a demon. We're cooked. I've said that before. We're done. So today, we're gonna check back on CITRA and see how much progress they have made on their killer animatronic Nosy. There has been a lot of progress reports since we checked them out last time. And we saw the last video on their YouTube channel where Nosy was literally hanging by a thread. They were hanging on a tree while they were fixing them. So we're gonna continue after that and see how it looks. So this is Nosy Forest Introduction number 2. So this is still just them hanging. Okay, so they're still just being like maintained in the woods. I mean, it still looks normal. Oh, wait, it looks like they're gonna attach the arm soon. Oh, dude, that is actually huge. Like, what are they? Like a cup, like 10 centimeters, like 5 centimeters taller than like a regular human being? So that was more like a teaser trailer, right? For what could possibly be like more improvements for the animatronic. We have some drawings here of what the animatronic can look like. I remember they talked about making like a suit for it, right? They wanted to make the exoskeleton first, and then after that they would make multiple suits in order to fit the animatronic into it. And what we see here could most likely be the outline of said suit. Sometimes I wish I could read. If I could read, I would definitely read. Wait, what if I, hold on, what if I think I may actually be kind of smart. I think I may actually be kind of smart, guys. Wait, is it in Russian? The image contains a handwritten poem in Russian! That's what they should do with CITRA once they get sentient. You remember that last time I said that I thought that this was like performative, like it's like a stunt, like it's like, you know, guerrilla marketing, like there's like a deeper meaning to it. Suddenly the fact that Benjamin, our guy, can speak and write in Russian just seems very uncanny and weird to me. So they say the image contains a handwritten poem in Russian, and the key themes are smile, farewell with a smile, undying memory and hope for a reunion, and spreading greetings and a return. And the translation is, let's say goodbye with a smile because it's been a while. We won't forget each other and I won't suffer from it. I don't know where and I don't know when, but we will meet again on a clear day. Only a smile shines brightly until the sun replaces the darkness there. I will meet acquaintances and pass on to them your greetings and you will return. Let everyone know that as you said goodbye to me, you sang this song. Is it from the, you know, we'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when? It could be that. But why is it in Russian? That's the kind of thing that I do want to understand. Yeah, we'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when. Again, sometimes I wish I could read cursive, but I can't really do that. So we're just gonna like screenshot the entire page and then see what it gives us. So the translation is, got drunk on gasoline. My name is CITRA, very pleasant. In Florida, in the city in Moscow. The Russian text locations like the Be Umame something in Florida and in a city in Moscow, and phrases like got drunk on gasoline. So they got drunk on gasoline in a city in Florida? And that's our last image.
Всем привет! Добро пожаловать на 27-й отчет о прогрессе.
I think, like, I knew I had my doubts when I first saw CITRA and what they're making. But the more we proceed into this rabbit hole, the more, and even the progress report, look, the progress report changed from English to yeah, look, there's a translation now. See original. If we go back to progress report number 26, that is written in English. When we go up to progress report number 27, it's written in Russian. Either they are making a very, very weird plot twist, or they are doing this on purpose for another reason. But you know what? Let's just check the progress report. Let's see what happens, okay?
Добро пожаловать на 27-й отчет о прогрессе. Меня зовут CITRA. Это мой аниматроник. Его зовут Nosy.
So what he says is welcome, and that is the 27 progress report. That is my animatronic. His name is Nosy, and those are his hands.
As you guys can see, I have suspended Nosy via these 2 ladders in my garage.
God, look at
to
how much the
continue
boards are
working
swaying.
and, additionally, to see exactly where gravity wants to pull the joints when the legs are elevated and also in a relaxed stance. Because obviously Nosy won't be elevated when it's walking and running around, so we need to make sure that everything lines up perfectly in a controlled environment before we can obviously let it out. But in order to do this,
before we can let it out, so we gotta make sure that Nosy is balanced before we set them free is basically what he's telling us. We're cooked.
I need to check the angles that the joints are falling in on each joint and make sure they're actually centered as best as they can be.
7 years of bad luck. 7 years of bad luck right there.
The base of the torso, the pelvic region, is actually displaced backwards over the rear of the legs to increase the weight load on the back of it, because Nosy needs to have rear weight, as most of its weight and body will actually be positioned forward.
That's another 7 years, 14 years of bad luck.
This also is very helpful for seeing the lengths of the hydraulics that I need to install, the pneumatics as well. Any extensions that you guys can see coming off the legs like this, they're going to be all over the body, but they're on the legs for now. We'll have a corresponding hydraulic or piston line connecting them to, in this case, the base of the foot, in the calf's case, the rear of the ankle.
So you're gonna reinforce the legs is what you're telling me.
Throughout the rest of the build, on the elbows, the knees, the shoulders. A whole lot of them actually will be mounted directly onto the pelvic box here and on the sides as well. As you can see, we've begun the installation of
but that is such a fragile
spine.
Way to do that.
It will be fixed to the base and will rotate. Well, it's not fixed yet, obviously.
But that's gotta be such, that is, I mean, you're giving them another weakness, right? We do have like not the plastic, the wooden legs, like the wooden the wooden things on their legs. So we do, CITRA, like, Nosy has one weakness, but now you're giving it another weak spot, because if the entire torso and upper body is hinging on this one singular point, all you gotta do is dying light drop kick it, and Nosy will split in 2.
But it will rotate, like, is exactly as the lower pelvis does.
Okay.
Let me pick this up. I'm gonna put it back in place to show you guys what I'm thinking.
Think of the 100 bits. If Nosy gets out, we need to somehow make it do the gritty before it kills us all. After every kill, it just hits the gritty. What if it hits the gritty while it's killing people? So while it's doing this, it's using the claws to like claw through people. So it's like, you know, it's like wombo comboing, right?
We can see that this will be rigid. This will be mounted onto a base plate and will be bolted directly on to the pelvic region.
I feel like that's gonna be a vulnerability.
For maximum security and stability, obviously.
There's gonna be a lot of strain on that.
As opposed to a little, you know, snot weld there and there that would rip off eventually if it's under any kind of pressure other than its own weight. So it should support its weight, but what it wouldn't be able to support is like a motion sway or any kind of impact. It would snap right off.
21 years of bad luck.
Bolted on. So we're bolting it on. I've added these as well today. This effectively isolates the motion in the leg up through the thigh and allows the entire thigh, upper leg, lower leg, to rotate along this joint instead of being dispersed all the way through. So it takes this long path of rotation and shortens it. This is also removable, so when Nosy is in a seated deactivated state, you can unbolt those with your hand, actually. I installed wing nuts instead of lock nuts.
27 years, guys.
This is irregular for the project. Most of the bolts are lock nuts. But
35.
in some cases, I'll use wing nuts if it needs to be accessible by hand to work for a long time. But here, it'll be a similar joint to the ankle where there's metal suspending the second joint above the first. So it'll be kind of floating like this with two metal brackets that come down. Extending from the top of the joint will be the continuation of the spine, which will be connected to hydraulics that will compress when the spine is crouched low and will decompress when the spine is flexed or arched.
So 42? 42? No, not 42.
Nothing much has changed with the hands.
But you still gotta mount them.
Or the arms, the entire unit hasn't changed much.
42, guys.
I will come back to them. I'm going to rework the finger joints, make them a little bit stronger, increase their grip strength a little bit, and add the ability to clutch objects for longer periods of time. These are completely spring operated, so it has as much force or tension as the spring was built with. But if I can switch over to a hydraulic system,
I mean, that would be best. Hydraulic would be best.
The grip strength will be.
The grip strength will be what? And then
the hips right now.
What was that? That's a weird cut. I mean, he's not in here anymore. I can kind of imagine that he wanted to give us the illusion of someone spying on him, but the fact that he's not like walking around didn't really sell the shot for me.
The ankles, the hips right now will become much more involved as the machine hardware is gradually included into the build.
49?
But yes, you can expect those updates relatively soon. So get ready. Do one walk around for you guys.
49, guys. Do we get 58? 56, I believe.
As you can see, these will these are the first ones I slapped on there early on in the progress reports. I believe it was around progress report number 4 is when we were working on the arms.
Yeah.
And they will be reworked as we have grown and improved this project since then, but they will look relatively the same. They'll just be stronger, more durable. Hey guys, to everyone who's finished this video or watched up to this point, I want to wish you, or thank you rather, for staying and sticking around. And also I want to wish you a good night, a happy sleep, a spokojnie noche. I said a restful sleep. And Nosy and myself will see you all very, very soon. Sleep well.
So apart from him getting 49 years of bad luck, if my math is correct, I don't really like the fact that we're including like Russian words in this. Like there's like a Russian plot twist. Is there, I'm not really caught up on the FNAF lore. Is there anything Russian related to the FNAF lore? Or is this just for like shits and giggles? There is nothing Russian related to the FNAF lore. So it sounds really weird that he's actually, turning to like a Russian side or like suddenly starting the video off in Russian. I'm not really a huge fan of that, to be honest.
Hello everybody, and welcome to progress report number 28. I have been working on Nosy all day today, and I hope some of you
Well,
may
you're
be
welding.
able to
He's welding.
identify the changes to the build without me saying them outright. But right now I'll tell you what they are outright. They're this, those, that. I replaced these. Like we actually talked about a lot of things this afternoon. I'm going to run through, though, just as quick as I can.
You also have attached spring locks to the
what those
thighs.
are, what exactly happened and how they work. I'm going to start with the first additions today.
Yeah, you added spring locks.
We installed this base plate here, which has a little extender here. It's 2 pieces of metal stacked. Welded it directly on here.
So you can lock the legs?
2 sets of spring locks.
So you can lock the legs, or what's the point of that?
Box. Or I guess rather onto the legs themselves going into the pelvic box. So we can pull these out.
And then they can move.
If I can get these to work. There we go. 1.
So they basically gave Nosy
Alright.
another weakness.
So now the pelvis, or the base of the spine,
Can freely
will be
rotate.
able to rotate independently while the legs remain fixed. And we can set these.
This is probably just temporary while they
Like
work
set.
on it.
And then drop
This is temporary
Then
while they're
into-
working on it.
the, there we go, into the pelvis, locking the legs in place, maximizing stability in a standing position. Additionally, we were see if I can get it underneath you. There we go. That's nice. So those are the spring locks deployed, and up there are
That's the base
4
plate.
5/16 bolts that are bolted up through a new addition plate on the pelvic box.
I don't think that's not gonna be strong enough, is it?
Grounding threaded piece of hardware.
Do we think that's gonna be strong enough for this?
Hardware to the plate, which is welded on. The spine is bolted on. This is twisted on, and this is welded on top. These brackets here that come down onto the box as well are additional support for Nosy's pelvis. This thing is incredibly solid. I was doing some stress tests this afternoon, and really no amount of hammer swinging,
7 years again.
Just messing with, pulling on, anything was really able to
14.
make Nosy move, let alone break. So we're looking very good for durability and longevity here. Additionally, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the left leg, actually the rings going around were slightly higher. They were pitched at a steeper angle.
Yeah, I can actually kind of see that,
the right leg was, and it kind of it was a little bit annoying looking at, just the inconsistency
So you fixed
of it.
them, yeah.
So we broke off the welds after a long time of a lot of hammering, a lot of pulling. We broke these welds off, readjusted the angle, welded it back on, and now the legs are pretty much identical. And after I did this, I installed these 6 vertical pieces of 1/8-inch steel sheet, which connects these as well as they're connected here already, but these are
So he's basically
now
just
connected to
reinforcing
each other.
Nosy.
And
That's what he's telling. Yeah,
it's just a really solid piece now. So this is acting as its own armor, protecting a more not even delicate, but just a little bit more finicky PVC interior spring lining. Spring locks, they're still there, and one of the most upcoming additions will be a full set of spring locks in the upper legs now, which will, yes, increase the weight of each leg, but it's a necessary weight increase because it looks really cool, and it's super practical.
And 24 years of bad luck.
Awesome, and I enjoy making them. So I'll keep doing that. For sure. But yeah, guys, I don't know.
He has gotten over 100 years of bad luck. And if some of you guys don't know what I'm talking about, usually they say, isn't it like 7 years of bad luck running under a ladder? They say if you or is that like breaking a mirror? Is it breaking a mirror going under a ladder? I might actually be stupid. It is 7 years of bad luck. I believe it's breaking a mirror and going under the ladder gives you like 7 years of bad luck. So in these 2 videos, progress reports 17, 27, and 28, CITRA Benjamin has gotten over 100 years of bad luck.
But I am trying to wrap up my work on the legs and kind of propel the project forward into the spine, the shoulders, and more cosmetic elements, the head as well.
Yeah, what about the suit? He talked about a suit as well.
Arms and hands, which will be really nice just to be able to throw those on instead of making them from scratch. I'm glad I did those early. More spring gaskets from earlier progress reports, still doing their job wonderfully. There is some space here that is not necessarily required, so I might add metal just to protect that spot, because there will be wiring and a lot of electronics and additional hardware installed inside the legs. As y'all can see, there is quite a bit of
There's a lot of breathing room, yeah.
In the thigh, which will be great for motors, and just run cables down without them rubbing on anything. That'll be really good as well. But that doesn't mean I can't add more cosmetic metal framing onto areas that won't necessarily have as much machinery. Soon, like I said, spring lock installation. Pretty much these, well, like these exact ones, the ones that are
in the legs as well, yeah.
Legs,
yeah, we've seen those.
Installed here, and then
oh,
on the
so
back as
we
well.
always
On the
need
back
more
of the leg,
spring
there'll be
locks.
more
He has plenty of
vertical
spring
brackets
locks.
Once I can just correct some length on the rings. This one's slightly smaller than that, so I'll make this a little bit longer, add some material, weld it back on.
What I just noticed, right, is that the wooden planks we talked about earlier is not really connected to anything. I remember that these wooden planks here was something that he made in order to give the animatronic more stability, but they are not connected to anything on top here. They're only connected to the knee below, so this is purely cosmetic at this point. If you look at it again on the left side and the right side, right, there's no connection to it. There's no connection to it whatsoever, meaning that it makes no stability. Like, it should be connected to something, otherwise it's just gonna like rattle around.
The ones that are in the...
It's connected to the knee, it's connected to the knee, but once you look above, see again here, no connection whatsoever. So this is just gonna rattle around and do absolutely nothing, because the frame, like these are supposed to be the hip bones, are connected to the skeleton, and not the actual wooden planks that are like the PVC planks that are like in the middle here. So they used to be stability, but now they're just cosmetics.
Here, 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 and then on the back as well. On the back of the leg, there will be more vertical brackets once I can just correct some length on the rings. This one's slightly smaller than
So
that.
the weakness CITRA had in their legs before when he used those wooden PVC planks or whatever it was is entirely gone now, because he welded the legs directly onto the hips themselves.
Weld it back on. Very straightforward.
Thank you for the 100 bits.
But yes, guys, that is...
With brain rot,
That's what I
yeah.
was able to accomplish just today. It was about a 6 or 7 hour work.
Someone in chat just said like, oh, I know a way to like, we may counter Nosy. We just confuse it with brain rot to get to the point that it blows up. And I just hear 6-7. Someone mentioned the 6-7.
Yes, guys, that is...
Nobody...
That's what I was able to accomplish just today. It was about a 6 or 7 hour work stretch. I enjoyed every hour of it, every second of it. It was quite fun. We listened to some good music, some classics. But yeah, guys, you can expect more updates on the thighs, as well as the spine base coming very soon. And as well as just the intermittent Nosy sketch or concept art that I'll generate for you when I feel there's a little... when people have a question,
when there's a moment,
question, like what color will Nosy be, or just things along those lines. How tall will it be? I feel like we all know exactly how tall or how fast Nosy will be at this point, but more cosmetic stuff, more just details that I haven't really addressed yet. I should be able to make some drawings and schematics, concept art for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. And I should have a... If this doesn't make sense to you guys, why this is fixed and why it's not jointed or have a vertebrae right now, that'll become very clear to you. This will have a secondary spine extender that'll go nearly to the shoulders in length. And throughout will be piston mounts that'll send pistons down from this joint onto stationary elements of the project, like the hip tops, the sides of the pelvic box. All of those will have piston mounts that are connected to the spine, which allows it to compress and decompress.
So it can move around better,
You can also program those if I can get my hands on some more programmable gas pneumatics. I will be taking advantage of those as well. But yes, guys, if you've stayed this far, I really do appreciate it, and I'm happy that you are interested in this project.
Are we gonna go back to Russian again at any point, or is that just like a one-time thing?
Seeing each and every one of you quite soon. It's not quite as late as it usually is in my other progress reports. I was able to get everything I needed to get done in an afternoon, so I'll still wish you a happy sleep, though. Good night, happy afternoon, happy sleep, sweet dreams.
Happy sleep, guys. Oh, there's the Russian again.
Goodbye, everybody, and I will see you very, very soon.
I like that people are like joking around the comments, be like, yo, he's gonna kill us, dude, like, Nosy, when Nosy escapes. I like that they're joking around now. You're joking around about Nosy escaping now, right? But just wait until they're done. Just wait until you see how powerful they're actually gonna be. That was progress report number 28. I believe we have like some other videos, and then we're going all the way up to 30.
Hello,
so we do
everybody.
have, this is number 29, okay.
Progress report, number 29.
if you can hear this,
It's the sonar, right?
Nosy can hear you.
Yeah, because Nosy is gonna be equipped with like a sonar radar. That's basically, Nosy is gonna see how bats usually see. They send out a signal, just like clickers from The Last of Us. They send out a signal, and if they notice there's an obstruction in that signal, or if it bounces back faster, or if it bounces back weirder, that means that there is movement or some obstruction in that area. So if you hear that dun, then you know that Nosy's nearby.
Today, I have begun the construction of Nosy's chest.
Oh,
And by
shit.
association, its torso.
Oh.
The chest will be built and constructed around an echolocation unit that we've already built and begun the construction of the
So a
housing
speaker, a
floor.
speaker.
The housing is made of 1/4-inch steel plate and will be situated roughly 2 feet above the torso. It is slightly taller right now as the boards are a convenient shelf, but when it is installed, it will have a linkage between the top joint and the base of the echolocation unit that will also have corresponding auto pistons connecting to the front and rear of that unit. This will allow for the creation of a lightweight and highly mobile torso, which will assist in twisting, flexibility, movement, and likewise. I'll show you this. This is a good idea of what I've just talked about to you. There's
the
Nosy's head,
hips.
obviously,
Oh,
and,
shit, so that's
this
why.
box here, the second box, not
That's
the
the
shoulder
speaker
plate, but
box.
The second box is that speaker.
So that's what it means about the
And
spine
it
being able
will
to
be
compress and move.
connected via this. This will be a straight metal bar, like similar to this. It'll be 2 of these bolted together. That will be emitting from the stationary spine base. And these here are the those auto pistons I mentioned, and those will assist in a rocking motion of the chest. Like ours, except we have vertebrae. We have stacked vertebrae, and that allows for a curved spine with maximum, muscle support, and it gives our, back muscles something to hook onto. But Nosy doesn't really need that, as it's not.
Do you think we're gonna have to learn Russian when Nosy escapes? You think we can plead
muscles and
with
tendons and
Nosy if we
tissues.
speak in
It's,
Russian?
Just steel and springs, some plastics, I guess, and some hydraulic casings. Oh, but yeah, guys, today we have officially begun the process of building the torso, which I know has been a popular topic, and
We have waited a long
many of you
time for
guys
this,
have been
actually.
asking
Dreading, not
whether or
waiting.
I'm
We have
actually
been
going to be
dreading
building
this for a long
torso, or if it'll
time.
be a pair of legs forever, and I'll happily tell you now, tonight, that it will also have a torso, and it will also have shoulders, and it will also have a neck and a head, and it'll be fully built and fully constructed. Nosy will have a fully constructed skeleton, as well as a put-together skin of sorts that it will wear, similar to a costume. So this is a full-fledged project. It's multi-medium project, but it will be completed. I promise you that. Here I can show you some more. What I was
I still
talking
feel like
about.
that's
So
a
this
weak
here,
spot.
there's
That
lot of
is a
real
weak
estate in
spot.
the back of the pelvis box.
Are you gonna reinforce it?
So I can mount from here to roughly here a piston or pneumatic system, and then from the front of the torso, in almost a V shape, have pneumatic systems linking up like
I
this.
still feel like the
So
hips are a
effectively,
massive
the
weak
torso would
spot.
be floating had it not had a linkage from here that would be welded on. So technically floating, not welded securely onto the pelvis, but attached via, like some mechanisms that will allow for movement. Yeah, that's what we want. This morning off camera, I've replaced entirely the rear of the thighs with
Oh, wow, I see that. Yeah, that is-
thicker, sheet steel.
But again, that gives us another weakness, which is great, because before the back of the kneecaps were protected by that metal rib cage, or like that metal cylinder basically. Now when the back of the knee is available, we can just kick Nosy in the back of the knee and they fall to the ground. So is he like purposefully nerfing Nosy, or is he maybe giving us a fake scenario, like a fake advantage? What if we try to kick Nosy and they just like turn around their torso and rip us apart?
A new metal, it's a little bit thicker, sheet steel, and added similar vertical linkages as they.
What about the spring locks? We talked about spring locks in the previous
So now,
lock.
Nosy has a full cage around its thighs, and it will have one around its whole body as well, similar to this style. Yeah, just allowing for the installation of more hardware, some electronics, some cables to run through and down into other parts of the leg through those wide spaces. But guys, what the important topic of this report is that the torso is officially underway. So
Okay.
yeah, you have something to look forward to now. You can see more of Nosy than just its wonderful legs. It will have a wonderful torso as well. So if you've made it this far into the video, I appreciate your attention and focus, and I look forward to seeing you in the next progress report.
So we're just gonna head straight over to the other one, because the next one, I believe, is the final one that's available. If we click back out here, we do have a welding video, and then we have one more progress report that shows us closer to how the torso is gonna look. So let's check out the welding first and see what happens in here. It's 3 minutes long. Oh, I kinda see it. So that's how the spine is gonna compress and expand. You're just gonna like basically remove, or like you gotta turn the gears. Aren't you gonna break your camera with that, like using it straight on welding equipment? Isn't that gonna like break the sensor? So is this just all we got is a welding? Oh, we actually do have lore. Okay, we're gonna keep this going because there is like more happening than just welding. Damn, dude, he have been mogging. Oh my god. So that's supposed to be the rib cage? Okay, I see what you mean. I get it. But it still looks like a vulnerability. I feel like it's gonna be way too fragile. Like, this is way too fragile for what he's doing. It needs more protection. I'm sorry, who is recording? Who the hell is recording? Is the camera just flying around? Is it a drone? Is a drone just recording him? It's gotta be like a DJI Pocket. It's like a DJI. It's gotta be. It has to be like a DJI Pocket in like follow mode. But there were handheld movements. In the start of the video, we literally had handheld movements. It's a DJI Pocket. It's definitely a DJI Pocket all the way. And that's the voice box. Or that's what he's supposed to use for, like, sonar? But in the start, right? It seems like we do have handheld movement. Let me double check it. I think I know what the camera is. Hold on. I believe what he uses is most likely a DJI Pocket kind of camera. Because if I turn this on right here, I believe that I can face track myself. If I turn this around and I hold on my face. So now active track is enabled. When I turn the camera, you can see that the camera is actually still staring at me. Even if I go up and down and right and so on, the camera will still follow me, even how I turn this, right? So that's most likely what he used for the tracking. But what we do have is the final progress report. Jesus Christ, dude. Progress report number 30.
This is progress report number 30. Something has happened, and I now
Look
need
at
to
all the
complete
support.
Nosy much sooner.
Wait, what has happened? Wait, hold on. What did he say?
Something has happened, and I now need to complete Nosy much sooner than I had originally anticipated.
What happened?
Здравствуйте. Hello everybody. My name is CITRA. Меня зовут CITRA. Я создатель Nosy. I am the creator of Nosy. Who's behind me? I have taken these last 5 days and these last 5 nights actually to work intensely.
Did he just say 5 nights? These last 5 nights. These...
Nosy. And, you know, I haven't really gotten a whole lot of sleep because of that. It has definitely taken the place of my sleep schedule, at least for the time being. But, with that said, I have a lot of progress that I'm excited to share with you.
He is using that. Look at the microphone. He is using a Pocket, a DJI Pocket.
This is a showcase of Nosy's range when leaning backwards. This one.
Oh, look at all that mobility! Nosy can, like, go all the way around and crawl like a demon.
As you can see, it supports its own upper body weight, and the core strength of Nosy is absolutely spectacular.
We're cooked. I've said that before. We're done.
Is an example of Nosy hibernation mode, or sleep mode, or its low profile hiding mode. And I'll show you how this works.
Oh my god, look at all... I hope all the pistons can actually, like, support the weight of both the arms, the head, the shoulders, and everything.
As you can see, Nosy's entire upper body is able to fold in on itself, as well as having exceptional range in the forward and rear leans. Nosy has a hyper-articulated spine, which allows
Yeah, but it can't go... It can't go left and right. Oh, I like how this looks.
And actuation, which I'm demonstrating now.
It has so much flexibility.
All of these are achieved with the help of pneumatics, hydraulics, and sorted pistons.
But we need more
So there's
support.
an extreme rear, and then the full hibernation mode crunch there, and then a standard.
but it needs more support. Like, we need like an actual, you know, rib cage, like a body around it. Because again, I can imagine...
I'm going to go over the specifications of the progress that I've made since our last update. Nosy is in the crouched or kneeling stance with an upright spine, just to show you the side profiles and the general posture that Nosy will have when in action. Right now, though, I can show you some of the work that went into installing these hydraulic and strut systems. Each unit or each individual strut has their own anchor, which has been bolted through with 5/16 hardware. These are pushing the spine forwards. These are pushing the upper back or the chest forwards. These are pushing the chest backwards. And these are pulling the base of the echolocation system and speaker system down towards the legs. And coming soon will be the installation of 8 or so new coil spring locks. Just for you guys to have a visual, or an imagined visual, Nosy's shoulders will be fairly relaxed relative to its chest. So its shoulders will come down on either side of this unit, and its head will be mounted on a 45-degree angle above the speaker and come out this way.
I like how long we used on the legs, but we got the torso in a matter of like 3 progress reports.
Off of the torso. And its neck will be articulated and jointed almost identically to the spine in this forwards, backwards, forwards shape, which is a double jointed neck, as Nosy's spine is double jointed. Just imitating vertebra without making like replica vertebra for no reason. Because this is a robot, this is not a person, we're not replicating humanity, we're making something new.
That's human-like, right?
To this point, I want to wish you a wonderful night, sweet dreams, a happy sleep.
Spokojnie noche. I'll see you all very soon.
And additionally, I will mention this, I will be continuing this Nosy project at this current rate, hopefully. So you can expect, as I opened with, this project to be completed much sooner than I had originally anticipated.
Okay.
I hope this video finds you all well, regardless of your appreciation of the project. I wish you all happy sleep, wonderful night, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.
This is starting to be really, really interesting. I don't know if he has like a YouTube channel where there's some more updates on it. I know there's YouTube right here. Do we have anything new on YouTube? The most recent one is 26, torso on the way. We don't really have that much more to go out from. But from what we have seen so far, the one thing that I'm not a huge fan of is that we spent like, I think I mentioned this in a previous video, that we spent 15 progress reports on just the legs themselves. If you go like all the way down to the end here, right? The arms was made pretty quickly. Now we're focused on the legs. The legs are showcased in progress report number 6, and we basically have to go all the way up to progress report number almost 26, right? We're talking about 20 progress reports just being used on the legs and the thighs, and in the matter of 4 progress reports, we got to see basically what is supposed to be the chest and so on. It looks very robust so far. The one thing that I'm a little afraid of, right, is it seems like there's an opening on the back knee of Nosy. So again, if you do like a very good drop kick, you can kind of like maybe like misalign some of the things on Nosy, so they can start, you know, walking or halting or like, you know, not running anymore, right? What I'm trying to say is, if you drop kick Nosy directly in the back of their knee, you can basically bend some of the metal so they cannot perform like they used to. And I feel like it's the same with the torso. It might be a sacrifice. One of you guys have to do it for the greater good. But if you drop kick Nosy right here, you can misalign the entire torso and basically screwing up the upper part of their body, so they lose control of arms, sonar system, and so on. So if one of you guys want to take one for the team, be sure to drop kick Nosy directly right here, so we actually do get a fighting chance. What I'm also not a huge fan of is, I think I said in the last video that I feel like this is, again, it's gotta be like more than just him building an animatronic for the sake of him building an animatronic. I do believe that he has mentioned Walton files, but he has never really mentioned Five Nights at Freddy's at any point. And I don't know, with him introducing that he is Russian or that he knows some kind of Russian in progress report number 26, I believe, I don't know what's the reason for him to do it now. Like, maybe he's making a Russian version of Five Nights at Freddy's. Maybe this is a marketing, not scheme, but maybe this is marketing for a Russian Five Nights at Freddy's movie, game, something like that. I feel like there is something much deeper. Like, I can imagine some people are gonna say it's not that deep, bro, but there is definitely something happening behind the scenes that I just can't put my finger on right now. But the more we watch these videos, the more we figure out what is the purpose of this animatronic and what is the greater outcome gonna be. I haven't really seen, like, if there is any other things behind the scenes when it comes to Nosy and CITRA and so on, but I trust that we're gonna get some more information once we get closer to the final build sometime in the future, okay? Stan is not dokes. I'm trying to put the pieces together because it feels wrong. Some of the videos, some of the things he says, some of the statements that CITRA makes, it feels weird. It feels intentional. It feels like he's being mysterious on purpose, and I'm not a huge fan of it. If I can get to the bottom of this, I would love to, but there are still some mysteries that I don't understand yet. Like, somehow I gotta find a connection between Benjamin's Russian, Nosy, and this entire project. But you know what? We can probably figure that out in the next video. But as always, I'm gonna be sure to link Benjamin Potrek. I butchered that. CITRA. I'm gonna be sure to mention and link CITRA in the description below so you can check this out for yourself. And then in the future, when we have a significant development, when the head is being attached, when the shoulders are on, when the arms are attached, we can check out CITRA once again, okay? I want to see significant development before we check them, but the fact that the upper body is now attached shows that we have like a lot more development to go through. So check out CITRA. They're gonna be linked in the description below. Thank you all for watching the video. Do let me know when there is a huge progress update, when there is like a lot of progress being made, and we will check them out in the future. So leave a like, subscribe. Let me know your theories in the comments below. Is this marketing? Is there like some sinister meaning behind it? Is there something else happening behind the scenes? I want to know. But thank you all for watching, and with that said, I will head out.